Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Soca TV. Someone is asking what is the topic for this evening. The topic for this evening is called Talking Drums or Drum Talks or Talking Drums or is it Talking Drums or Talking About Drums? Whatever it is about drums and drummers today. And we have a very esteemed panel for you guys this evening. Yes, I will start off with the man himself, Mr. Everell Redman Watson.
Good evening, my brother.
How are you, sir?
I am good, man. Just here, ready and waiting. Glad to be a part of this little session.
Beautiful, beautiful. For the probably the half a person that may not know, or the person that is not born yet that may not know Redman, just tell the public a little bit, just a little bit, because I know if we start on Redman have a bio long, like, yeah, just tell the public a little bit about Redman, please.
Well, as you said, Everell Redman Watson. The world calls me Redman. If you go in certain quarters and ask for Everell Watson, they may not know who that is. Redman.
Right.
Drummer for over 40-something years. I mean, in the field, I have made my life drum and pan, and I have made our traditional drumming culture a specialty of mine, where I could talk about it, teach you about it, tell you about it, play it. So,
right.
As Sean said, short little bio, and I have worked with many artists at home and abroad. When you listen to Andre Tanker, you listen to Ella Ander, you listen to Tree Canal, and so many more. I am the drum that you're hearing.
I the drummer.
Bring myself to you this evening.
Thank you for gracing us with your royal presence, Redman. A living icon.
Yeah, man.
You know? I'm loving it because we go into the sister aisle right now. You know, some of the panelists are missing, but they're on the way. I don't want to call no names right now, but some are missing, but they're on the way. So we're going over to the sister aisle right now. We're going to the master, the man, Mr. Dominic Williams. Mr. Williams, good evening. Welcome to Soca TV.
Yes, greetings and salutations to you, my brother, all the way from Tobago.
Yes, man. So how things over
Pleasure
there?
to be here.
Thank you for being here as well. Tell the public a little bit about Dominic Williams now. We know you're a man. I have to beg you, I tell the public, I have to beg him to come on the TV. Yeah?
Oh my God. Well, I mean, most people who know me, they know I'm not really, like too much in the front line thing, But anyway, greetings to the panel. I am Dominic Williams. Drum, yes, sir. Drum tutor, drum officer. I have been playing drums for the past 20-something years. I would have been introduced to the drum by Mr. Wayne Guerra, master drummer. And along the way, I would have met Zave, which is his nephew, and Lion. Those two brothers would have really played an instrumental part in my development as a drummer, as well as I would have had a number of international masters. Just to name a few: Mbemba, Amara, Kante, Amadou, Piano, Kissima Jabate, and of course, Amara Kante, again, I have to say, and one of the most persons who would have been integral, and one of my mentors would be Mamadi Keita. And apart from this too, I've done music, I have distinction in music, just to name a few. And also, I would have journeyed to West Africa on a scholarship internship by the THA to West Africa. So I've been to Mali and Guinea doing some of their studies. Just a little bit.
Wow, that is awesome. Because a lot of things you mentioned there, I have jotted down for us to discuss. So stick up in. Right.
No problem.
So we were calling him a baby. We were calling him a baby in the thing, But a lot of people out here long. But the drumming thing is going on. He's still a little baby, but yet still the man is a big man, but whatever it is. But he carries a household name as well, Neptune, anybody familiar? We don't have the senior, but we have the junior, Mr. Javin Neptune. My brother, what's up?
A pleasant night, each and every one, man.
Pleasant night.
It depends.
Well, Javin, I know your resume a little long as well. You're doing it for a while, even though you say it there, you know? Tell us a bit about yourself.
All right, so a pleasant good night once again, Mr. Redman, Dominic, and Mr. Sean,
Yes,
and to all of
Yes,
you,
my
a
brother.
pleasant night, man.
I'm not coming with
Um,
that. No, where's this by?
I'm a respectable young man.
I
You
get
should
it.
know
I get
that
it.
too.
I just kidding. I just kidding.
So, my name is
Yeah, man,
Javin.
Redman is good. Redman.
Yeah, man, Mr. Redman. But you can't take it out there.
Yeah,
That's the
Redman
family.
good.
That's the
I don't like
family.
formality.
So, my name is Javin Neptune. I started drumming at the age of 4. So, for those who know, my dad, Claude Neptune, is the one who introduced me to drumming. So, from a young age, he started teaching me and so forth. So, I was brought up in a household of drumming. I was brought up in a household of singing, dancing. So, it's something that I know all my life, basically. Currently, I am in University of Trinidad and Tobago. I'm pursuing chemical engineering, where I am to finish in next month. So chemical engineering is my major. Um, Drumming is my life. Drumming actually is what carries me to school, because I developed my drumming from African drumming to percussion, to rhythm section, and also to tabla. So what I do is have a variation of different type of drumming, which brings in a lot of income for me, to be honest. So that is my major thing there. So I'm currently the drum tutor of Neptune School of Arts, whereas my father actually led me into that position. I've traveled a lot with Dance Carib and many different groups to Canada and different places. I have traveled quite a lot. I've traveled percussion-wise a lot also too, playing pans for different bands and so forth. So for those who know me, I play with a lot of bands too, because I love to play panorama also.
I think you are almost a judge.
That's a little bit about me.
I think you so much panorama bands, you're almost a judge. We know Redman is a one-man band. All who know Redman is a one-man, and he's a serious fan. It's clear. Basshead Redman, correct me if I'm wrong.
Full time. Love me, pan.
Love it,
Nice.
love it.
Carnival time, I doesn't want to drums, although I play drums. I am a pan man at carnival time.
Right, yeah. All right. So let me just see again. Look here, Lucette, Mr. Sean. Look, Lucette, Miss Lucette, right? I will never call her Miss Regis, but she teaching in school, so she gets so accustomed to that right now. I don't even want to talk about. Yes, Shaquille, my outfit. Drummers are represent. You gotta represent, right? No feel as a kind of show of really dancers and whatever the case may be. You know? So we talk about Javin, just talk about traveling. I don't even think I want to ask you, man, to start, you know. I know Dominic lives that couple. Yes? Redman? Watch me, Redman go on.
Yes, like over the years as a drummer, yes, I have traveled to 32 countries in this world representing Trinidad and Tobago as a drummer, also as a pan man. And I mean, I have played with some of the greatest artists in the world, as well as stage with Usher. I have represented Trinidad with some of the major artists. I have played for dance, for choir. Again, I said 32 countries, and that entails Europe, Africa, India, the Caribbean, South and North America, and the list goes on.
Nice.
Wow.
32 countries.
Wow, that's
Nice.
Dominic, you just want to give me a little bit more?
Resume.
Well, the thing is, I've never really put like a number to places, you know, but I would have done a number of Caribbean countries. I would have been in the US, a number of different states in the US. I've been to England several times, Canada several times. Well, of course, Africa, Paris, oh boy, Suriname, just to name a few, you know.
Yeah. All right.
Performing.
I think we have the man in the house here. I think we have the man. I think we have Oh gosh, oh
The
gosh,
stream.
oh gosh. Yeah. Oh gosh, boy. Your guest will need to connect
Who's
their
that, Larry?
before. Nah, I call him the ball Rasta. At least I will
Ball
get
head
company for everybody have a ras.
The stream breaking up. Sorry, I don't know.
The red man could write a book. Somebody call. Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Somebody call somebody on the line.
You all hear me?
Call
Okay,
Larry,
like
please.
somebody.
Okay.
Mr. Phillips.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, we hearing you, but we ain't seeing you.
Yeah, I'm trying to connect here, but some kind of thing going on here right now.
Oh gosh. Just yeah. Grab somebody
Looking on
phone. All right, or get a laptop or something. I will
Yeah.
give you right? Let me know as soon as you're ready. Yeah, bless. So I think I said it out there a little bit. I think I said it out there a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. That is none other than Mr. Xavier Phillips, the X-Man.
Yeah, man.
The man who is the man, and the man is the man. You know, it's something a serious panel we have here this evening. But I can't wait on him because we have a lot. Sorry, yeah, sorry. Karen says Xavier pay your bill.
I don't know what happened in the stream.
Karen says Xavier pay your bill. I'm not getting involved. That is Xavier will work it out. So gentlemen,
What happened to this internet? You can change internet good?
Yes,
I want to start. Who's on the live there? I hear a lady's voice on the live there. In the background.
Nah, I'm a niece. Sorry.
All right. So we're going. The first thing I want to discuss. What is going on with the NDA?
What's going on here, boy?
Yeah, that is what I wanted people to think. When they say NDA, we think national dance. We pound them down to the ground the other day. What is going on in the National Drummers Association of Trinidad and Tobago? And I know Dominic was part of that, and I know Redman was part of that.
No, I was never actually a part of the. Go ahead, Redman.
Yeah, go ahead. You go ahead, Dominic. Go ahead. I can come in after. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I was never actually involved in it, but I heard it was supposed to happen. And it's been a question that I would have actually had within self for the longest while. And I was actually hoping that this was one of the topics that would have been brought up here tonight. Because unless we don't have a body, we ain't saying anything. We ain't saying anything.
I need to interject. You say you was hoping when it starts?
No. I said I was not actually a part of it when it started, like involved, physically there. But I only heard that it had something that was actually, was about to shoot up, but I never heard anything, about it.
Yeah, well, I think it had, I know I don't like to talk much chippiness, but I think it had more versions of the National Drummers Association than countries Redman went to.
Correct. I believe you're correct.
I think it's every week it had a different National Drummers Association.
I think Redman might be able to speak to it.
Well, not as much.
Redman,
Yeah.
give us some insight. Give the public some insight of the National Drummers Association. Call names. Who were the presidents? The presidents is.
Yeah.
First is 20. It's the plural.
All right. There have been many. Okay. There have been many efforts at a National Drummers Association. I remember the first time we brought drummers together to start a drumming association. I can't remember the year. That would probably have been in the 80s. At there's a sporting complex in St. Paul Street. Here. The man at the helm at that time was Jaja Ilu. May he rest in peace.
Right.
And we had a lot of members on board. Yeah, a committee because we never got past committee stage. Another venture was started. The men behind that basically were Tambagundi, Junior Noel, Donald Junior Noel, may he rest in peace. Hollis Clifton, may he rest in peace. Were the men who were basically behind that as the men part of the committee and stuff then. In recent times, there was another drummer. When Xavier comes on, he could give you this as well. It was Tamba Hassan, a brother of ours who is Muslim. Tamba Gwindi Hassan was junior and was Xavier. But every time we have started a drummers association, there has always been some pulling and tugging and bickering and stuff like that. And it never really took fruit. And it's always the same thing. I mean, we have been told many times, I think you all want things. Yeah.
1 second. Xavier.
Trying to bring in Xavier.
He's in, Xavier.
Yeah, let's go.
Xavier. Yeah, what I wanted to do. Send the link that I sent you to anybody's phone in the house. You can log on any
Hold on.
phone. A laptop, a phone. All right. Let me know when you're ready. Yeah, we having some technical difficulties, but the heat done start, right? Go ahead, Redo.
Yeah. When Xavier comes in, he give you a vibe on that. We used to have meetings at UE. And again, there was always a pulling and taking. I mean, I honestly, Sean, there are some issues that I would not like to go into here now because the brothers who are part of it could give you more insight into that. And we're not talking about it, I'm talking about claims that will lead of dishonesty, of this, that, the other, which I can't say yes. Probably I can't say no either, but I can't say yes. So I cannot bring in anything here to say, well, this is this or that is that for them to say red man say. The brothers in South right now, again, Tamba and some other drummers from South have an organization that they started. And that organization is supposed to be encompassing Caribbean music, Caribbean drummers, Trinidad and Tobago drummers. However, because of the COVID and stuff, it didn't fruit as much as they would like it to yet.
Right.
You know, I can't remember the name of that. I would send it to you at some time. But again, we have always a problem with pulling and tugging amongst drummers. You know, drummers would come together and work together and stuff, but at the end of the day, when it comes to putting house in order, there is always an issue. And I think that is something that we need to fix because we need an association. Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Correct.
What
I second that.
What do you think is the issue as to why we can't get this up and running? Your personal experiences and observations.
I'll tell you something. There has always been a pulling and tugging amongst drummers, especially north-south. The first thing is names of rhythms, which I hope we will touch on tonight. I have a lot to say about that. Again, it comes as, you know, not trusting each other. Everybody wanting to be at the helm. Questions that's asked and cannot be answered. Even when questions are asked, the answers that are forthcoming are not 100% to say, well, I ain't believe that, I ain't like that, I ain't holding on to that 100%. And that has always caused, again, a pulling and tugging. And it's not that it's despite sits there and nothing happens. So again, from my perspective, because I'll tell you something that we need to address. When you see drummers get in trouble, all right, let's just say, let me use Carrie Festa as an example. Carrie Festa pass and gone. Drummers, saying drummers don't manage everybody, won't pay. It wasn't I get paid and you get paid and he ain't get paid and he ain't get paid. Everybody wasn't paid. So it was a collective body suffering. Right now, with the advent of the COVID, we can't play drums. Everything is being done as for open, and nothing is being said at chat. I do classes, I teach it, I play drums at you. I work at schools, I play for so many artists and shows and stuff. And there's no insight as to when anything is starting back. And I think if we had a main body, hence an association that attack it on some sort, and I mean not to say that Dominic or myself or even Xavier could approach somebody to find out. But if we had a body as an association, we could go as a force and organize that. Because as I said again, right now all are we in trouble, brother. All of us in trouble. Look at Brother Neptune just said that he does so many things. Ask him when last he do something. You understand?
And then
Could I
interject? Yes, Mr. Williams, correct.
Yeah, I don't know if it is persons don't see the value of having an association. I would give you a little situation that happened here in Tobago last year. Last year, the Drummers Association in Tobago, we took a stance that we would not be playing any drums for a particular event. However, what would have happened at the 9th hour, persons from here placed a call to Trinidad, and they were able to solicit drummers to come across to Tobago to facilitate the event. Now that should never have happened. If we have an association, we have different arms, tentacles. If it is we in Tobago are called to play for an event that it is out of the norm, I would place a call to say, well, Sean, how come we get called to play for this? What's happening?
Right.
You know, and you then will say to me, well, listen, we have a stance here because that should not have happened. You know, we have to stand for something or else we're going to fall for anything.
Everything. Yes.
You know, so I don't know when we're going to get it right. We must. It is not about the competition. And I don't know when we will try to understand and learn this. We need to get out of that. You know?
Well, Gregor and I was having a discussion, and it was of my opinion, Gregor Breedy, it was of my opinion that drummers are the most disorganized out of all the practicing cultural performers of Trinidad and Tobago. Drummers are the most disorganized.
And I was going to believe it.
He said he said theater practitioners. I started laughing. I think I cried and all. First, that was so funny. We don't even have an association. Most of us are not even associates. We still have the, as Xavier said, the Canal Kong's behavior towards drumming. You understand what I'm saying? And we can't get it together. It's a very embarrassing conversation to have with all the rest that passed before with national dance, ego, and all these other conversations. Is that we start right? I'm seeing Xavier here again, but the microphone, the camera, and the camera.
Like you know, man, the stalkers.
You had to be on the top. The link what I've sent you.
I hear all the topics, but I can't get to it.
We hear you know, the public they're just not seeing you. The public is hearing you, they're just not seeing you. What I want you to do is send the link to Bobo phone or send the link to anybody in the house phone and log in on your phone. It doesn't matter whose device is on.
I log in on a laptop here. I don't know what happened.
All right, well, let me take off and log in on the laptop.
All right.
Yeah, Javin. The Neptune School.
My stream breaking up very bad.
Serious, boy? Boy, you must shout out this man in the house. He was very evasive. Because I did try to get one thing. Maybe we more.
And I'm next to the router, so I don't know what happened.
I don't know what's causing that. We must acknowledge a master drum in the house, Mr. Tamba Gwindi. Greetings to you, Tamba. A big one carry the flag of Trinidad and Tobago.
Greetings, Tamba.
Yeah, he carries that flag with pride. I tried to get onto the female jobber. I only got onto her today. Miss Ajibola Sheena Richardson. She's also here. And she said, Sean, when you're doing the female panel, I will come on. So, you know, we're talking about Carla, we're talking about Ajibola, Shina. Oh God, Xavier. Xavier, sorry, people. Xavier, have to allow the camera and the mic access, not just the mic. You're on a laptop. I never see it happen on a laptop now.
Yeah, we having problems.
Yeah, boy. Carla, yes, Carla. Xavier, oh gosh, just do it on somebody else's phone now.
Yes, so now it coming.
I'll have you to you, Tamba.
Loading shot, not coming in.
All right, okay. Oh gosh, let me pray. Show some water on the ground.
Yeah.
All right. Javin sticking by. Watch what's going on with these jummers. What's going on with these jummers?
Wow.
Oh Lord. All right, so we had to organize the NDA. Tell me it working this time. I think you're connecting up there now. I think there's a gentleman. Only when Larry, somebody call Larry now. Call Larry on the phone. Call Gail. Call Gary. Somebody. Xavier, almost there. I think you're almost there. When Xavier come on, we'll continue the discussion on the NDA because I think this is synonymous to what Xavier will stick on that smile, boy. This is synonymous to the topic of discussion that we're having. The stigma. When are we actually going to take drumming as a craft?
The first thing,
seriously.
I think the first thing needs to happen, the mindset of the drummers need to change. And unless that don't change, we ain't saying anything. It must change.
Change to what? Change to what, Dominic? What makes you different to the rest of drummers? What do you do?
One of the things that, I would have learned when I would have just started drumming under Wayne Guerra is that time. The drummer must be disciplined and committed to whatever he does. You understand? And with that, and he must be professional at every turn, every juncture. You must be professional across the board. From your tire go down, your instrument, everything, And if we ain't get together in that kind of a way, brother, because the pan was able to lift itself out of that, because the pan was once that way. And I spoke to a panelist, Tion Gomez, and he told me that. He said the mind of the drummer, we have to change it a bit also. He also shared that view. But so until we get to that point, go ahead, sorry.
Redman is considered one of the old school. He's still relevant today, and he has the same temperament. So is it a collective drummers issue, or is it an individual drummers issue that is so much that it seems like a collective drummers issue?
If I could interject here.
Sure, definitely.
I would say collective because, as Dominic rightly said, we need to be professional. We need to see yourself as a musician, not just drummer. When I travel, I am put down, I am highlighted as percussionist and as a musician, not just as a drummer. So you need to see yourself in a vein, in a whole scenario as a professional musician. And when I say professional, I'm not only talking about your playing skill. I'm talking about how you carry yourself, your respect towards others and yourself. Main and first and foremost, respect to the drum. Stuff like that. If we see that and we realize that, take our thing as a craft that could put us somewhere, because it has done that for those of us who are talking here. We need to see that. One other thing that is petty things, which is not professionalism. We argue over some very petty things where you know, if you think a little bit, you could put it into a proper perspective where it could work. And we need to come together. We need to stop fighting on each other for work, where work is concerned, because a lot of that is happening. We need to stop, how we go say it plainly, bad talking each other where work is concerned. Some of the greatest fight dongs that I have had over my years as a drummer is from my fellow drummers. Not from no dancer, not from nobody else in the field, it's from my fellow drummers.
Right.
And I have, gone through that. If you look, most times I play drums by myself. I mean, I am a one-man band, as Sean said. But again, I welcome having to bring in Larry, Gary, these fellas line to work with me. And we are always highly praised whenever we work anyway, because we stick on professional discipline. So I think every drummer and everybody needs to put themselves forward where that is concerned. Yeah, man.
I also think to add or to piggyback on that, we need to get away from the hustler's mentality. You see, the hustler mentality, that is what is one of the things is actually causing the demise of the drummers. Because Sean may reject a particular price and he knows this is what he rightfully deserves. And then he may come to myself. And because, I'm a hustler, I would give it and I would say, yes, I would accept it. Here he is.
Sorry.
Welcome, Mr. Phillips.
Okay,
Finally get him.
We see you, boy.
You finally get him.
Ah.
Sorry, Dominic.
No, go ahead.
Hey, look him, boy.
This ain't great.
Welcome.
Nice
The master drum of Trinidad and Tobago and the Caribbean and New York and all these places.
The world.
The world.
Well
The
said.
man who has taught a lot. He has nurtured a lot. He has, I don't want to use choice words, a lot to some drummer. At the end of the day, we used to get it right. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. the X-Man. Welcome, Xavier.
Welcome, sir.
Welcome.
Man, you can't stick. You can't stick.
Greetings, my brother.
I don't know how this is. This trade.
Are you good now? What about Xavier? I feel it's whatever thing in that corner there,
But what you wrote?
Dominic, I was explaining the hustler's mentality because that's important.
Yeah, we need to get away from that. And this is, again, it all comes back to having an association. So when any entity having some function, they contact the association, and the association would then solicit, which group and what and that kind of stuff like that, so that there's really no real bickering with certain things. So for me, it all comes back to that association. We need to have that up and running.
But Dominic, a lot of drummers would not get an opportunity, If we go down that road, a lot of drummers, the reason why they don't venture into that type of camaraderie, for want of a better word, is because they would not get the opportunity because, here we go. Nice.
I understand where you're going, but we should have standards being set and that kind of stuff.
And that is why, just like in the dance world, in the plan world, and everything else, people going on the world and doing what they have to do because they don't want to put in the work to earn that opportunity to represent. There we go, man. I think.
Yeah, you're inside now with him.
Sean, what?
Let me get Mr. Phillips.
Nice we see now.
Mr. Xavier Phillips.
Yeah, blessed.
Thank you. He's finally here. He's finally here. Whoever was on the ground, thank you to all here. Nice. Well, Mr. Phillips, you're on the topic of.
That's how I do that to myself. Right. Don't be on that. Ain't nobody. I'll fight them. I'll get you.
Easier, easier. You do it for yourself. Nobody
Yeah.
can take no nobody can take no claim to your hard work.
Yeah.
I ain't getting that as well, right? So we're on the
Yeah.
topic. We have to come back to NDA where you are concerned because some people may or may not know you were the president of the I'm going to say the National Dance Association, or them dancers who have met the National Drummers Association for quite a while. But right now we are discussing, as you just say, the Colonel Kong's behavior, that terminology from him, ladies and gentlemen. Drummers are hustlers mentality. And it still comes right back down to the Drum Association. How do we address something like that? Tell us your experience as the president of the Drummers Association. What is the situation with the Drummers Association, and then how we can actually deal with these things?
Well, first of all, the Drummers Association was founded long before my time. And the people who was involved in the association around my time was there from inception. So I come in as the president of the Drummers Association, with a new kind of vibes and spirit, and wanted to change things and understanding what an association supposed to be about. We had a little conflict of interest with that. I always believe that the Drummers Association supposed to be the fighting arm for drummers. You gotta fight for drummers. Fight for drummers' right. Fight for drummers' respect. Fight for what drummers supposed to get. Fight. You just have to be fighting for drummers.
Right.
And even fighting drummers against drummers for them to understand what they're really supposed to be about.
Right.
But we have a fight against one another that's so unnecessary. And for years, I don't know how we ain't seeing that it never do nothing for me. Fighting against one another ain't do nothing for me. We want to know who better and who faster and who sweeter and who. Man, that's not necessary. What is for you is for you.
Right.
And nobody can take that away from you.
Correct.
So what is we fighting? We fighting for nothing right now.
Is that the issue? Yes, but is that the issue? Is that the issue? The fact that some drummers know that obsolete if we go down the road of a chain of command and who deserves what. Because let us be real. Some of the drummers of long ago, the skill is not of today, right? The knowledge, and I don't want to say knowledge in terms of our folk history, but the application of today's world is not like the drummers of today. And the drummers of today have their cons as well, don't get me wrong, right? But is it that the drummers of yesterday find it so difficult to hand over because they think that they will become irrelevant?
I don't think they would ever be irrelevant. Because nothing will beat experience. That is me.
Right.
They can never be irrelevant. I'm telling you, because let me tell you something with drumming. Drumming, like every other musical instrument, has evolved. We move from the spider web pan to the middle C, and then we think we reach our G pan all up.
Right.
They ain't pan men curling. They ain't them fighting. They ain't them singing. They still playing the pan. So what if you move from a PVC drum to a djembe drum, we're giving you more notes. What you want to put down that for? Everybody want more. If you could get more and you could do more, oh God, praise it. Or come up to the time. Or do what you're doing with pride and enjoy that you have the old school style and it had the new school style. It have nothing to fight for in drumming and in music in any point in time. For me, nothing to fight for. Because I don't believe we as drummers have any reason to be competing against one another, except for the best village competition. Right. Other than that, no reason to be competing against one another.
And that's more
Understand?
presentation than really a competition. That's
Yeah, what we
because
competing against one another for?
yeah,
You doing your
yeah,
thing, you do your thing, have a good time, love what you're doing, enjoy it. I have to respect that as another drummer because I doing my thing, and I would want you to appreciate what I doing too.
right,
You know what I'm saying?
right,
So we have
fair,
to appreciate
right,
one another and love the thing. What it is we fighting about. Have nothing to fight about.
It has
Your
never
time is your
benefited
time.
us.
My time is my time. I will have my time, you will have your time. When it's your time, go to the other class, show off, show off. And I and all will give you a round of applause because you represent drummers in Trinidad and Tobago. You know what I'm saying? And that's the bigger picture. Drummers in Trinidad and Tobago. All over the world, you've seen master drummers sing now and playing together, you know. And them is great masters. And they're playing together without quarreling. And if they're going to do a gig, they're calling one another, they're going to do the gig. And if they get $25 and it's 5 of them, yeah, look at $5, look at $5, look at $5. Is that anything with who play better than who play more than who do more than who? It has nothing to do with that. So we are choppiness here. Let us put our stupid differences aside and come together and work and build our fraternity and be a force to be recognized in the country. In that way, no association in form could go and fight for nothing because we divide.
right.
So no association in form could be effective. No how.
Well,
So we have a division.
Let me go back to the NDA. When you were president, how was that experience? What was your difficulties? Because some may say Zav didn't do anything, you know, Xavier didn't do nothing, and this and that. So how Xavier would talk? What was your experience?
Let me tell you something. I was the president. I become the president of the association because of our workshop with America. And for we to get funding, we had was to form our association. And because I was the one pushing it, I ended up the president. It had no election for no drummers across Trinidad. After that finished, I told them, I say, here we go. Let me come together and have a national meeting and let the drummers in the country have an election to vote for who they want to run the association. Coming out of that, we would have formed different arms of the association in the different regions. So in the south, they had their own fraternity, and we coming together, north, south, east, west, Tobago, and the president coming together, and we have one general formation that representing all the drummers. So Redman responsible for west, Dominic responsible for Tobago, Jamil responsible for south, you responsible for wherever.
Right.
All the meeting. We have once a month, the General Drummers Association have a meeting once a month. You come in with your information from your region. And you come in to say, here what's going on. Drummers in my region, fine. We ain't doing nothing. We want to keep our concept. All right. When all they want to keep all their concept. Whatever, all they want to keep our drum festival in South. Okay, cool. Drummers Association come together. We support. All right. We have this amount of money. We will get all of this amount. Keep all the things. That's what I'm saying. So we're supposed to be putting things in place as an association for drummers across Trinidad and Tobago. That was my thing. However, it didn't really reach to that. So what we try to do is to do a workshop to start to pull drummers together.
Right.
Then we had a meeting in this community center in South. And when we had the meeting, that was True Best Village. We had the meeting. Dominic, you was there too. Cook, no, not Cookie. Huh? Monrepo. And when we had the meeting,
Yes,
Monrepo. When we had the meeting now, you hear drummers coming out and saying they have no confidence in the association because in the past this did happen and that did happen, and they reject suggestions coming out from the association.
Wow.
So in my light, in my whole coming out of that, I thinking, well, boy, we might have to regroup and see how we could bring this thing back into a different set of people, a different some kind of thing to rejuvenate the people and them who in the fraternity to come and bring some kind of life to this association. But the association important, and it's something that we need, because look, Redman, you could support man this. We talked yesterday, and you bring a situation to me, which is relevant not just to you alone, to all other drummers who might be involved in the things that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? That would be that would be something fighting now for all the drummers in the country who involved in that kind of thing. You know what I mean? For me, as the association, I was looking at getting drummers certified, running a course. So we having a Mara. Well, we did have a Mara come down here. For me, I find it was important because everybody walking around the place with a djembe, and then everybody could play a djembe. So having a master come to teach people how to play the djembe, I think it was necessary for Trinidad and Tobago, because not everybody had the understanding of djembe, right? So I think having them kind of classes and courses and things would be good for djembe. However, it would evolve into other things where our traditional folk drumming is concerned. Redman raised a point just now, talking about we have a conflict of interest where North and South is concerned. I think the association would be important to bring that together and let we build and have one thing coming out saying Trinidad and Tobago. This is a calypso rhythm from Trinidad and Tobago. Bam, we play it. However, we have a variation in South, we have a variation in Tobago, we have a variation here, we have a variation there. You understand? But the right thing is this. Are we done with that? That way the association with that community.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. So I believe right now we need that. We need to come together as a body of drummers, forgetting superiority, forgetting better than who, forgetting all them things, and let we come together as drummers of Trinidad and Tobago. You can be the smallest man, 2 years old, 3 years old. Come in. Let we come together and fix this and build this. And have a product coming out of Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody has a product on the show.
Yeah.
Guadeloupe have a product. Martinique have a product. Haiti have a product. I just talking about the Caribbean. Jamaica have a product. What we have as Trinidad and Tobago?
Nothing.
We have no. But just because it have a conflict of what it really is, we can't put it up as it's supposed to be.
Right.
It's afraid because guess what? If Dominic go and play it up and say this is calendar, one of the other drummers coming and say, boy, Dominic wrong. And you know, they have a man who was living on Facebook, pounding drummers. One of we own. Huh? You know.
Whistle, I will call names.
I see it. Huh?
Sorry, call names and I go whistle.
Why am I calling? You want to put me in trouble?
No.
Zab, gentlemen, the long and short of the thing is that we really, really need to have an association up and running. It is just going to benefit one and all across the board.
So that is the conclusion. Forget about the old spilled milk.
Yeah, the pass.
We cleaning up and we're moving forward. Yes?
I don't have to happen.
Not on board. We can't force them.
Yeah, you just reap the repercussions of it.
Listen, man. I formulate a program.
Okay, let me go here one time. Tavi. Go ahead.
I formulate a program. Trust me,
it's
a module program. Redman, I talked to all about it today.
Yes.
And this guy was adopting the program. Roll Gibbons. You know, he have the arts yard campus where he was gonna take that program and run it for drummers, and men would get certified, and then we would take the certification because he was getting certified from the accreditation board of Trinidad and Tobago.
Okay.
Now, if it had to go through UE and all them things, it would have been a different thing. But the certification was coming from the Arts Yard Campus, which is a recognized organization. But the problem with that was to get drummers to come together to bind the program. It's a 1-year program. Now we were starting off with the 1-year program, and then it would have built into like a 3-year degree program.
Right.
And we would have still get accreditation, maybe from UE or wherever it is, so that you would be professionally certified to go into school with your certificate and your accreditation. And just like how dancers teaching in schools now,
Exactly.
we will have drummers teaching in schools.
Okay. That is the same thing we were talking about and working on.
Yes, the program ready, you know. The program done and approved, you know. But it's just to get men to come together to start to talk.
Much times I call you.
Now you see me, I is Xavier Sean, and you know, I still see myself as a junior man in the mix. I ain't so senior, it's a plenty senior men, and I have to respect them too. So my thing was to go to them first and get them approval too. Buy into the program, and then let me take it there and let them do the first half of the program, the first part of the program, and then spread it out in that kind of way. Overall, Gibbons already buy into the program on the UE, so it's something that we had to look into. I had the program is that the module break up into 3 parts, where we're doing Trinidad and Tobago folk drumming.
Right.
Then we're going to the Caribbean folk drumming. And then we go into the other parts of the world, West Africa, wherever we want to go.
Right.
Understand? And we just mastering and understanding them rhythms. Right? If we're moving into the degree program, then that would have going into music theory and history and all them kind of good stuff. So we don't have a plan in place. It's just so we can formalize it. Drummers come together. Then we adapt the program and then we do it. But you know, everybody had to come on. We had to do it together.
So I see. I think she's a lecturer at the University of the West Indies, Miss Mindy Giles, and Redman worked very closely with her, along with Lion. Yes, and these guys, she tells me sometimes she would be discussing something, and Redman would get up and also give his 2 cents. It's not like drummers do not have the ability to teach, and we do not have our own information and the history and stuff. It's just that, as Xavier said, we're not creating that platform to be accepted as a unit. So we really seriously need to work on that.
Yeah, Dominic. But I think, you know, we have already, because I myself too, I would have shared some stuff too with Xavier. But remember, the 3 of us sat down, I remember, and we discussed it. So the thing is, things are in place. So it's the 3 of us.
The exception was you, Sean, and myself, Dominic. The exception of that same program. Correct.
And so the platform is there. So it's just persons now to avail themselves, you know? Yes. And again, the association, this is why it's necessary, you know? Because it's not working out because we are fragmented.
So here's the question.
The other thing too, Sean, before you continue, is that the government of the day not recognizing no individual or no individual group. They want a body, association. They will recognize that. They recognizing Xavier, Soka, Wasafuli, or no individual. They representing and recognizing association. A body coming together. Well, you can't go by them and ask them to do yourself really
I get it, especially at the
Might get to
magnitude.
know, but you might get $2,000 or something.
Especially at the magnitude of exactly of which we want to do things. It has to be accepted by the nation, quote unquote. Miss Regis, who would
could
teach
make a
this program? One question. Who would teach this program? There are few drummers equipped to teach this module. So why are we speaking, right? Because we already have the issue of North, South, East, West, Tobago, yada, 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 and all these kind of things. Drummers have real issues, right? Who is actually qualified to qualify? Now, I know I asked you this question personally already, Xavier, but I want us to make sense of this as well, because obviously, after this conversation, even though I never see the NDA do anything on the page after the whole long life, and they never did nothing, we, the National Drummers Association, have to do something after this. So, who equipped anybody on the panel? Give me an answer, please.
One of the things I would want to say to add here is that firstly, we
if
have
I could interject here.
Oh, go ahead.
Who's speaking?
Go ahead, Redman.
Right. I am speaking now. Now,
okay, go ahead.
As Xavier said, there's always the pulling and tugging and stuff. There was this thing that we had in one report, as Xavier spoke, which was train the trainers.
Yep.
Where the guys who teach in Best Village and stuff would come together and we would go through it apart like that. But that was, I think, it's 2 weeks or something like that, and that's a little more than that. So the idea, as Lucy just said, you want to get people out there to teach. It have a lot of drummers very skillful, but ask them to speak about the drum. Ask them to give you names. Ask them to give you some history. Ask many drummers, tell me about the calypso, where it started, this, that, and they don't do it. So the association is needed, yes. All we need to do is to train some of our drummers out.
I don't know, and I'm not ashamed to say
we need to train drummers. Exactly.
And again, yeah, and this is where again it comes back again to the association. And one of the things, you know, is that we have to remember that this thing was an oral tradition, meaning handed down from generation to generation. I remember one time an administrator would have asked persons, you know, for upward mobility, you know, once you come from once your certification would come from a reputable institution, there's some room of upward mobility. So right away, I recognize what it is we do, right? And the certification we would have obtained at that time would have been from Masters World Acclaim, but it didn't come out from a recognized institution or body. So I immediately asked her, so ma'am, you know, what we do is known as oral tradition, and we would have been certified by these persons with number of classes, hours, and stuff like that. But seeing that it didn't come out of an institution, an accredited body, how then will you treat that? She couldn't respond.
Wow.
Again, this is where the association comes back into play. You see how everything ties in? The body, the association now would then pull persons together, training happening, and then now when you are ready, we send you out.
That is a very serious.
I know that the Hassan and Tamban was popularizing the administrative arm,
right?
Govern that kind of certification for the association. I was saying at that point in time, the association could not do it for themselves.
Right.
You know, I think we cannot accredit nobody for our stuff. So what we needed to do was to really, for me, to go to institute. Just like Sean said, who would have trained you? Go to institute first and have them accredited body of men. Maybe the more senior men in the fraternity. Accredit them first. So they would have the authority to go now and further accredit other drummers. Because they would have passed through the course properly first.
Of course.
You know? So if even though in this course that I'm talking about, I wouldn't want to start with the men who now start to play drums for this.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They have to pay their dues first. So the people on them who've been there, out there fighting, toiling, and keeping drum alive, they should be the first one. The Redman, the Slim, the Massacre, the Chavas, and all these old guys and them. Even your father and all Jamil, Neptune, all these men and them should be the first set of men to be involved in the program. And they and all will help in instituting certain structures in terms of rhythm. This is what it is. We agree on that. All the heads, all our heads agree on this is the rhythm.
And that's how it had to be.
Going forward with that. All the whole heads.
No dispute.
So all of you who come after them have to go with that.
Forget that.
That is nothing. Because coming out of this course, we say is that and done with that. So no dancer can come and tell me, no, that's not Nandingo, that's this, that's that, and confuse we. And we have to play what they want and call it what they want and mix up the whole set. What we know. What it is coming out from that. And that's what we have to do. Because there's only we to standardize what we don't know.
Exactly.
Right. Nobody else.
Gregor said, and it's a scary thing because Gregor said Carol Sargent could teach the But let me ask that question, Redo. Who is Hugh Humphrey? I keep hearing this name. I don't know. Nothing is wrong with saying that I don't know, right? Who is Hugh Humphrey and Travis? I have never met these guys, right? So how would I know?
Travis is from South.
Yeah, Travis from South.
No.
Travis is senior drummer from South.
Yeah.
He was
Travis is from South.
He was Best Village.
I'm not too sure right now who is Hugh Humphrey. I mean,
you know Slim?
I know Slim.
Right. You know Massacre?
I know Massacre.
Oh, you know Massacre, you know Travis.
No, but then you
Travis is 20 men with Judge Best Village.
Yeah.
Drumology.
Yeah.
It still don't mean I know it is because if he's not active in the drum.
Travis was one of the greatest djembe men in the 80s after coming out of
the original Mondiablo, Pleasantville drummers who come out from
Pleasantville, yeah.
All who playing that speed and shot and all kind of thing, that's a Travis one. I'll tell you,
Yeah,
after Montianka comes Travis with all that djembe, you have to sit down and watch.
When Jimmy.
I met a guy when I went on South in Point 14. The guy hit the drum so hard, he makes, I swear, he makes Xavier song like Xavier's playing with fingers. I never thought that drum could get harder than Xavier. I swear, I know I'm very serious. I went on with Master Productions in a Point 14. That man is hard, brother. You know, no song solo man like that. You could see like the pure vocal when the man hit that. I don't know who it is. Probably it's the same guy. I don't know. Probably it's the same guy.
No, it's not Travis. It wouldn't be
I think
Travis.
Humphrey was a man from Pleasantville. In Pleasantville, hitting times when they used to rip up, and he went away. He's one of the men who went away and pick apples and things, and stay out for a little while, and then came back home.
Pick apples, you say. Miss Lucy is saying that he went and he taught in. I don't wanna quote her wrong. Miss Lucy, where did he go and teach? You said I know it's in one of the comments. He said he was
actually went on teach
at university.
I tell you why here.
Oh, you know, the man pick apples. You.
I say in my ear.
Okay,
I want to call the person whose name who tell me that.
Right. I'm sure.
But I tell you what I hear.
So this is
and he was in Monrepo. And you was in Monrepo. He was there.
John.
He was there in Monrepo with us.
Redo, yes, Redo. Yes, Redo.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
I'm talking about teaching the trainer, teaching drummers and stuff. The rhythms that we play. Yeah, as Xavier was saying there, you're looking at the names of rhythms and stuff. There has always been an argument between North drummers and South drummers when names of rhythms are concerned. And I will say this today. None of we here today was there when it started, when the name was given. Let me use one rhythm as an example, and I've told Xavier this, I've said this many times. Sean, the rhythm that we know as Yavalu. When you go down south, they call that Naningo. And for years, drummers have argued, it's Naningo. No, boy, it's Yavalu. Boy, you're wrong, boy. Let me tell you a little something today, my brothers. In the east-west corridor, part of central, they call that Yavalu. In south, they call it Naningo. In Guyana, they call it Winti. There's another name in Guyana as well. It's slipping me right now. In Haiti, they call it Yavalu. In Jamaica, they call it Yanvalu. In Brazil, they call it Makulele. I met a guy in my travels from the Aztec region of South America who told me that his great-great-great-grandfather was the head, the leader of the warrior tribe, and he was also the head musician. Because of the greatness of the man, they named that rhythm after him, which was Mechisne. So hear what I said. You from South and I from Tongan, we arguing about Yavalu and Naningo. What are we going to tell the Brazilians? What are we going to tell Machisne's family? What are we going to tell Guyana? My advice is this. When you go out there to teach, do like what I just did. Give a variety of names and the rhythm. So hear what? The drummer who going out there going to be versatile and knowledgeable. Because the day you meet up somebody who gives you another name, an argument could start, which could change till time and change the whole aspect of the thing. What South drummers call the rain beat is what we call the Carib. I could give you 4 different styles of Carib. So the person who going out there to teach how to approach it like this.
Wow.
Because we always going to end up with a quarrel. It's not this.
That's correct.
This is the other. The drummer has to be versatile. You have drummers who go outside who are very versatile. And somebody comes and says, what's the name of that rhythm? I say, well, that's Calypso. I'm from Trinidad. Tell me something about the Calypso. And begin. And the teaching, the showing and stuff of rhythms needs to entail that. Some of us, yes, but very few of us could sit down and tell you about rhythms, the originating of rhythms. I heard Dominic at time talking about rhythm, and he could tell you what this rhythm is used for, what that rhythm is used for. I could do that. You have very few drummers. So if you're looking at, training and getting our younger drummers on board, we need to take it from this aspect instead of just, becoming about do this, do that, the other. We need to, again, the need for the association, because we need to put everything into a format and a proper perspective so we could go out there with it.
Yeah, one of the things I would have learned over time is that from region to region, rhythms differ, even in West Africa, So my approach, if I come to South and they play a particular rhythm a particular way, I just go with it. I go East, same thing. So it makes me a better teacher. So when I go to teach, I now can say, this is how it is played in South, East, West, North, and South in Tobago. You understand? That is my approach.
Right. Right.
Yes.
No, I would quote Ms. Giles again. She says when she's teaching dances in the University of the West Indies, she would teach what she has to teach and then stop and say, but in this place, they also do it like this. In this place, they also do it like this. So you may hear this and you may hear that. No, I understand that. But what Xavier is saying is that we need to standardize the drumming rhythms, codify it and everything for teaching purposes academically. Then we can have the discussion outside as to what is also possible. What Redman is saying and what I'm getting is that it is still all over the place, just amongst the drummers for years.
Right. So let me ask this, just being devil's advocate.
Right.
Tobago would play a Congo, especially in Pembroke, quite different to Trinidad. So let's say we have an association and we want to come at one junction and say, well, this is the Congo, how it should play. Is that to say that Tobago would have been doing it this way and Trinidad would have been doing it this way, or north or south? How do we then say who is right or who would have the authority to say, then let's move forward with this because this is the correct way? Who then would say that?
Let me see if I can answer this, right? You see the origin of the rhythm? Is
History.
the right one. You can't go to Tobago and tell them about Tobago rhythms. You're mad. You're mad. We know how. If I'll ever play this game when you tell somebody a secret in their ears, in a circle. By the time I reach back to the person, it's a totally different message. Go to the messenger. You can't tell the messenger what his message was. Go. We can't tell a Maracante, no, this is this rhythm. This is that rhythm. And we learn West African from them. You can't do that. You understand what I'm saying? You know, Mamadi and Maracante sound maybe different. You have to acknowledge that they are different for reasons, whatever the case may be, and then move to suit. But you can't correct them. That's crazy.
And that is the point I'm making, because as I said earlier, Amara would have learned the way they play some of the Dundun bars in Barrow under Mansa Cameo, opposed to how they would play it in Kankan or Guinea or Mali. But who is to tell Mansa Cameo that what they are playing is wrong? Everybody just accept and appreciate, well, this is how they play this day, you know? So,
right.
You know, but as you said, we could try to standardize things, but you would hear the similarities in it.
Right. I have to bring up this topic. We know we had a meet. We had a meet, Xavier, Redman, Dominic. We have to call drummers and we have to have a discussion. Because we can't stay on this because we will play the blame game all night and time will run out.
Correct.
Folk, West African, plastic. What? We go into Best Village here. Because at the time, Best Village got rules because they were saying we were stemming so far from our folk rhythms that they're bringing the 2 minutes of authenticity and styles. Some people complain and say that plastic drums are like cheating. You don't have to have enough technique because of the song that it emits, and it makes it easier for a drummer. Some say the skin is not alive, so it's not a real drum. Some say the PVC is not a real drum. I understand that is what makes it folk. The invention through the situations and circumstances that we had to create song. And then we had the influx of the West African rhythm. I remember, Dominic, personally, it had something in Tobago when we used to come over here with that, when you were trying to introduce it over there. You understand? I want to have that discussion really quickly, guys. Where's all your take on this subject? Don't afraid to talk, please.
Plastic, right. The plastic cutter, the first fellas I know played plastic cutter. There was a group from St. Joseph. Xavier, you might know about this. A father with some sons and stuff. Much like how we have Neptune with his sons and things doing drum. They were the Best Village group from St. Joseph. They were the first people who I knew use that X-ray skin on a cutter. Now again, that was, let me say, innovation, a style. To me, I mean, we use it in our group, Natural Expression with Junior. But to me, it never bought anything because you can't get the proper tones with a plastic skin. A lot of drummers like it because, again, you don't have to do so much work.
Right.
So they like it. So they're putting it on djembe and everything. I, for one, don't like it because it's not the true spirit of the drum. And let me say, on a djembe, you don't get the proper tones that on a djembe.
Right.
We knew Trinidad with the style, the Congo style of drum, which is the bass, second, and cutter, which was the string cutter with your goat skin and what have you. And in 1982, when Mortiam came here and got the djembe to Trinidad, I mean, it went across. Nothing wrong with it. You know, there's not the style of drum, although the one that I would want to have to use is the plastic skin. There's no problem. So there are many fellas who say, well, look, let me bring straight cutter alone, no djembe. I do 100% go with that because even if you play in a folk rhythm and you could, you know, mix up the different tones that the djembe have, it could be so beautiful.
Right.
You know? But the whole aspect in it is of what we play. To remember the basics of it, to remember the history behind it and stuff like that. I never had a problem with the djembe. What I have a problem with is us forgetting our traditional stuff. Where you have men playing traditional rhythms and the cut is only djembe style. There's a cut for every traditional style. Hence, again, where we need the teachers and stuff to go out there and do that. You know, so I don't know if the other brothers could say something on it as well.
Xavier,
well-
I wanted to, one second, Dominic. Xavier, I wanted to emphasize on what you just said with the hand styles or the cuts of certain rhythms, right? Because that seemed to be an issue. Bele, di 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 tang di 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 di. But the back, you can and the dancing start here. I want you to address that. Please.
Yeah.
Come on, Xav.
It's always a problem with me. I don't believe that the drum's supposed to differentiate the flavor of the rhythm. You know what I mean? If you're playing for a belly, you can have a box. You'll be playing a box, cutting a box, and you're playing for a belly, you could play the correct belly hand on a box.
Right.
And still make the rhythm song a little nice. So a plastic cutter, to me, ain't really how much. It must only have one note in that cut. It's so much. And I must play that about once in my whole life. So I never really played again because it didn't do nothing. So I can't talk much about it. I hear it a lot, and it had people who was really excited and played it. And I can't discriminate them if they do it again what they want. I you know what I mean?
Right.
I can't vex with them for that. That's what they like and that's what they can get what they want from. Cool. I know a man exchange a djembe for a plastic cutter. I know a man do that.
What?
I do that, I'm telling you. I know a man do that. He put on his djembe and he said,
Yes, it happens.
you make a plastic cutter. What you talking about this, Sean, with this set of thing, you're playing for belly and a man going down, clearly you don't understand what you do. And he needs to be schooled.
Right.
And that is all it really is. And that is where
That's what I
we
just
come
said.
in. It's not his fault, it's the teacher fault. He went on YouTube and see how people have played djembe and he believed that is how he's supposed to play. And that's what I'm saying. So you can't really vex with somebody who don't know and trying to do something.
Look, Sheena is
I
saying
watch
here.
people comment and things, and I don't want to talk too much because I don't want to be discriminated by nobody and who's Xavier till he is, and you know how we black people is, you know? And my Black Lives Matter. So I don't know. I ain't really going too much into much of things, you know. So I just find that I've seen people playing up that we need to have a meeting and things, and yeah, we need to have a meeting. We need to have a meeting. So a plastic cutter will only give you that. For me, the djembe is the ultimate because you're getting plenty more notes, and because you're playing a djembe, it shouldn't you shouldn't stray from the hand that you're playing for the rhythm. You're playing a calypso and you're playing a djembe, you can get more notes playing in the same flavor that a calypso rhythm is supposed to have.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It doesn't deviate from folk. It doesn't deviate from actual folk.
It's not supposed to deviate because each rhythm have the hand.
Yeah.
And not you can play it on a djembe, but just you're using more notes. So you just use your more notes in a nice creative way, and you're presenting the same flavor, and you're getting the rhythm so you can dance to it. Because drumming is music, drumming is not noise. If you play in a belly and you want to go down, it's noise you make it, you're not playing music. A dancer can't dance to that.
Right.
Understand? If a dancer dancing graceful, you have to play graceful for the dancer and follow the dancers. And that's what you have to do. You can't want to do your own thing. You accompanying the dance.
You see,
and we have to understand.
Here what has happened. Unless you are trained well, you will go into any circle where there are other drummers and try to show your skill level instead of your intelligence level. Very well. Unless you are trained well, you will want to show your skill level instead of your level of intelligence and application and or musicality. Let me put it that way. Musicality. They don't understand. It took me a while as well. I had to go to different people to understand this. But you had to want to learn as well. You understand what I'm saying? So that's something that we really need to address as drummers. No, we can't address it tonight. Obviously, we have too much issues that all we could do is highlight the issues and then have a whole next meeting to address the issues. The dancers laughing at us, they're telling all here, are watching the comments. They are having a ball, right? I think this was the topic. We ended up with speed versus accuracy, right? That's what we was just talking about, speed versus accuracy. How important it is to play the right hand style for a dance or a rhythm that you are playing. And not every single shot. Dominic, what you call it in West African?
What, soloing?
Yeah, the djembe solo, yes?
Yeah, the original solo.
Right, yeah. Original.
Well, local pattern. Solo original, yeah.
Solo original, right. It's the same thing that applies to our folk. This is the musicality for this rhythm. Not you're playing calypso. Because that way you could play. It doesn't work like that. You understand? It comes like you're doing music. If you're in a certain chord, you have to solo on that chord. Unless you're doing jazz and well, let me don't even go there yet. Right.
Okay.
Gentlemen.
You'll be out of context.
Exactly. I want to touch on this topic. And it may be a little different from what we were just speaking about, but creativity versus authenticity. Anybody, let me give you an example. When I came into drumming, I was blown away by the Northwest Lavender. Junior, Noel, God rest his soul. I loved how they put the drums to the dances. When you see Northwest play for a dance, the dance is alive. All this time, the dance. So, I remember that time they was doing a spiritual and they just watch you so, and they started breathing. I'll never forget that. But because the drum did nothing just for that part of the dance to come out, it's like the marriage of drum and dance is like 100% with Northwest. I see Malik do it already, enough respect, but like Northwest is this kill it. But yet still people that say if you watch Northwest, they don't already play calypso. You understand what I'm saying? And big up to Northwest, I just saying what people say. It's not my opinion, right? Is it okay? Because the dancers had the discussion the other night about creativity in the folk and the authenticity of the folk. And where does the line draw? You understand? Is it okay to play adaptations and flavor the music for our folk rhythms? Or is it just some? Or is it not okay at all?
You're talking about adaptation.
If I could come in here. There's nothing wrong in creating. Yeah, there's nothing wrong in creativity. You could take a calypso rhythm, any rhythm, and fashion it in a certain way to fit into a dance or whatever the case. There's nothing wrong in that. But behind that, you must know what is your authentic and the real thing. There's nothing wrong in arranging something differently, which is what Junior was a master of. But anytime the text, say for instance, you certain dance and a rhythm call for, you must know that rhythm. What you have many times is that the creativity overtakes the authenticity. And then you have the problem later down the road, it will be known as that. It happens in dance as well too. It happens with dance as well too. But if you're dealing with activity and authenticity, nothing wrong in it. But you must know the division and put each in its proper perspective. And let us not ever forget the authentic and the traditional style and how it is supposed to be.
And I think too, competition is one of the things too that actually help people to actually move away from the authentic things. Because if I come with an original piece, drum piece, total original, and you would have cut my tail fair and square with some creative stuff, crazy, but your rhythms are not authentic, but You have bits and pieces of it, and you won.
Identifiable.
Next year, what you want? Correct. Next year, what you think I'm going to do?
Of course, you had to come out, you had to jump out. So, and with the dancers discussion,
you have to categorize things. You have to categorize things, I think.
I think that's what Xavier and they did for us to have the authentic rhythms re-implemented in the drumology competition in Best Village now, you know. That's what they did, you know. You understand what I'm saying?
That came out of the work. That came out from there. Where they decided the two rhythms that was to be played was the Congo and the Calypso. It was also said that no Calypso is to be played with stick. It must be hand. That's another problem we have in Trinidad today. A lot of drummers cannot play rhythm with hand. And that's something that we were known and stood out for. So that came from there. They were supposed to change it. I think it's only a year before last year they add 1 or 2 or whatever the case. But it was supposed to be changed every year, every 2 years. They put up all the rhythms. And it wasn't ever really done that much. But then again, people still deviate from that and do their own thing. It is not something that is set in concrete that judges pay attention to say, well, you must have that.
What about that?
I don't think there's a big problem with taking our authentic rhythm and adding some creativity inside it. I don't think nothing wrong.
No, there's nothing wrong in it. But then again, we have to be careful that it doesn't become that later down and we lose the true authenticity.
Well, you see,
wrong in stuff.
Yeah.
But you must remember
straight from the authentic thing. I think you can be creative with some authentic. Depending on you,
but
you know what I'm saying?
You have to go back to
because
the truth to live on.
Yeah, the creativity could bring good entertainment too. You know, depending on what you're using it for, you know. Creativity can bring good entertainment to the authentic thing. So it depends. It depends. But I don't see nothing wrong with it. Right?
Okay. For me, when you're teaching the basics to the fresh person, you teach the authentic stuff. And from once you see the original stuff, creativity is all yours, my brother.
Yeah, you can entertain with creativity.
Yeah.
Okay, so last week,
teach correcting goods.
Right. Last week in the dancers interview, Tobago, to be specific, they spoke about the materials used for like belly dances was plaid and the authentic thing, and then it ended up to 40 yards of satin on stage. But they're still winning because of how it looks and how it's presented and all these kind of things. Now, while you're saying there's nothing wrong with the creativity, and I get that, right? That's what separates the sheep from the goats. How you could take the original and make it decorated. How far does one go, and who has the license to say it is too far? Because we always seem to find out after we have presented.
You
know, no, you did this, you did that, and yeah, you didn't do this. It's always down to someone's opinion on the panel rather than it being what it's supposed to be. Who has the authority? Who has that knowledge to say this is too much, this is not too much?
I would say come down to the elders. And you have to have competent judges.
They are not yet competent judges, right? But even they have difference in opinions as to what is authentic. Suppose we have one from north and one from south.
Well, you see again. You see where it all heading back.
Understood. We really need to organize ourselves, you know, gentlemen. We really need to organize ourselves. Xavier keeps saying people asking for meetings. Where's the next step forward? What's the step forward?
A meeting needs to be convened as soon as possible.
Okay. Redman, what's your suggestion? If you're here with us, and I thought so. I thought that his internet was having some issues. To the reviewers as well, what is something that you guys suggest could be done, especially more experienced dancers with structure and everything, we can't play. We can't play. We are shamefaced right now. You know, what do you suggest the drummers could do to get ourselves together? Listening to all the issues. What? Tell us what. So Pachian is saying first we need to identify what the drumming does. Say that again, Xavier.
Relax with testosterone.
Relax testosterone. It's true.
Relax with testosterone. Because I'm telling you something, sure. It's not necessary. All what going on is not necessary. The easiest thing for we to do is to come together and agree on something, rather than to stay apart and fight one another. It's not doing nothing to it. If it is, I get a gig and I say $500, and somebody come and check you and you tell them $250. What are you really doing for them? I mean, them is the things that I find we should well eradicate, that standardize certain price. If we have in classes, we know it's that price. So, you know, everybody go eat, everybody go live, everybody go think. It's how people want to live off our drumming now, you know, because they ain't really on nothing else doing for them. If it is they want to live off our drumming, I think it should have a habit to that. They can live because there's a real gifted talent.
Yeah.
A million people can't play drum, but you one could play.
And it is very important as well. It is in every single thing.
And one of the things, and one of the things that I think we need to do is to spend time on archiving stuff. Right now, plans are afoot here in Tobago in terms of putting things together, archiving in terms of how you play some of the traditional stuff on the Tobago tambourine, because you know the Tobago tambourine is indigenous to Tobago. So we are actually doing recordings and everything just now, DVDs, tapes would be available soon, you know, where persons can actually adopt the position as to how it is you should play the tambourine correctly, you know? Instructional, correct.
Right, because someone would have WhatsApp my phone today, one of the best village officers, and she would have if I wish I could have set it up now, but it's a bit too late. The picture she sent to me, she said she looked up Calypso rhythms. And every single person teaching it was a white man. Every single drums and on track set.
Yeah.
And she catch me there, she catch me with my pants down. Every single person on the internet teaching Calypso rhythm is a white person.
Yeah.
With drum and all kind of other drums.
Yeah,
so
between now and August, you will see a number of initiatives coming out of Tobago as it pertains to the demonstrations and that kind of stuff.
Right. Beautiful. Appreciate it.
John?
Yes,
John,
sir. Yes, sir.
I am supposed to do a live with Jeff as well too, where our local traditional folk rhythms are concerned. I need to set up that probably by next week. And I am going to be breaking down our rhythms from a one beat into what it has become and stuff like that. So nice. It is going to be on Facebook on a live Everett Redman Watson. So people could look out for that by next week. So I should be doing that.
Nice.
Okay, awesome. First thing is a neutral space. This is by Janine Charles Furry. First thing is a neutral space at a time when the spirit is most harmonious. Maybe a national drum meeting convened on before Emancipation Day. A big drum circle and just feel the spirit and drum together. Then a meeting agenda of 3 goals to accomplish before the end of the year with timelines and assigned responsibility. Ms. Ferrer, I have to tell you, you are setting up yourself. You're going to get some phone calls, eh?
Yes, Janine.
Always, Ms. Ferrer, always have the solutions. So I'm telling you, you're going to get a lot of phone calls. Expect it, please, and do not deny us. Thank you. Yeah, Redman, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying, and Dominic, I hear what you're saying, and it is commendable. And I have to say, but still, what if people disagree. So we still have the issue of coming together and deciding what it really is, and then saying, you know, well, or is it that we'll be comfortable just going with it?
Can I go ahead?
Unanimous decision.
As we said before.
Sorry.
All right, Dominic, go ahead.
Well, in regards to the Tobago Tambourine, you know, I think
Right.
Tobago would be relatively safe as it pertains to the Tobago Tambourine.
Just the
Because
Tobago
it's
Tambourine.
indigenous. Yeah, but I know
Okay.
there are some rhythms that may differ from Trinidad, you know, so the way Tobago would play some of the rhythms and stuff like that. So it's just a matter of dialogue and discussion, and we chart a way forward.
Big question.
True.
A lot of people asking it. Is the NDA, which is the National Drummers Association, only for folk and African drummers? Xavier?
No.
Okay.
It depends, eh?
It depends,
It depends,
okay?
because the last time we did form the association was for African drummers only. That's why I didn't know. But then remember it at Akai Festa, we formed the association, and that was to incorporate the TASA association. Them don't have an association, right? So I don't know how that will go. I think we should have our own association. Right? We should have our own association and represent our own.
But then we can't call it the National Drummers Association. Is that okay? So you're
Yeah,
saying
why
that,
not? We
okay,
can call it the National
African Drummers
Association. African Drummers Association.
Yeah.
okay. And then, just like how you had the regional representatives, north, south, east, west of that,
Yes.
is it that the African Drummers Association will now have an arm and part and parcel of the National Drummers Association?
Well, yeah, maybe we can do that too.
So we really need to, as foundation, we need first.
You see, this coming out of the discussion, we can agree on that. You know what I mean? To incorporate everything and have a National Drummers Association, and then we have different arms of the association. You know,
okay.
You know what I mean? So it can happen.
It's a situation.
The thing is about preserving the tradition.
Right.
And we can't afford to let it just go by the wayside, because generation come, generation go, it just then deteriorated.
We need
Nobody
to
want to talk to nobody.
planning.
Yeah, nobody want to talk to nobody. If you check it out, you is a elder playing drum and you are a man playing. You don't want to go and talk to Ian because he don't really know everything already. So you can really go to Ian, really advise, you know, he want to tell you what to do. Right? Because we don't have that respect and discipline. We need to have that. We have to have respect, we have to have discipline. In African tradition, you have to respect your elder. He could be, you could have a million monks that speak, but you can't play in a circle with he and take it upon yourself and just do what you want to. Can't do that.
True.
Yeah, we know
You have
that.
to wait for him to tell you. Go ahead and say.
It's not about your ability.
Can't do
It's
that.
about
Outside there, that is how the tradition is out there. You have to respect your elders, but we don't have that yet. Everybody just coming in circle. Hey, my time now, but I want to show up. And we have no respect. So the whole thing is the real work to do.
Let me ask a question here. Let me ask a question here. What does you all think is responsible for this disrespect, or what would have brought about that level of disrespect from drummers?
I think competition.
Correct is right.
I think it's competition.
Because it becomes showing off.
Because
a lot of competition.
And this is why in Tobago, I believe Dr. J.D. Elder would have set up the Tobago Heritage so that the culture in Tobago would remain, but without that competitiveness, the tradition would have still kind of, would have remained or be sustained. Because from the time you throw that competitiveness into the thing there, you find that people start to kind of deviate from the authentic stuff to win the competition. And
Sorry,
people,
Baba Tamba. Whole night, Baba Tamba. Like Baba Tamba have a lot to say. We will have to discuss this personally here because I don't know what is going on, but there seems to be a lot of discrepancy between what is being said here right now and what has been said before. But we are going to get to the bottom of it.
As it pertains to what, Sean?
I don't know. Apparently,
John,
yes, sir.
John, you remember in the beginning I said about the association that there are things that I wouldn't go into because there are people who could say what they. This is what I was talking about.
I don't want to address this right now, right?
Wow.
I think there's a personal issue between our heads. I have a lot of love.
Wait, Sean. What? I see my name jumping up and speaking the truth.
What's that in your name?
I see my name jumping up and speaking the truth.
Your name jumping up all night, Xavier.
But hey, that's all.
It is alleged that the document you speak of, the module, was created by Baba Hassan.
And given to you.
And given to you. It is but Mindy is saying that it was a different one because Mindy is saying that she worked with you on something, right?
Of course, there's a different document. That has nothing to do with Hassan.
This is why I say we have to
discuss different document. What truth? Why that is a total Tama, that is a total different document you're talking about. You don't even know what I'm talking about. And you come in on public and telling about talking truth.
Sean, let me stay focused.
Let me
focused.
Know what it is I'm talking about before you tell me about talking truth. It has nothing to do with what Hassan and
I warn you from the beginning, Sean. I warn you.
There's nothing in that.
People think that
you don't even find out your facts first before you come to chastise and talk. I like it. Get your facts first. Know what document I'm talking about. That nothing to do with what Hassan and them they do. Nothing to do with that.
The man says it's nothing personal. I call you your name all night. So it's a love, right? It's a love, fellas. He says it's nothing personal. I call you your name.
Yeah, but don't tell me about talking the truth. I know what I'm talking about. Don't tell me. I know what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about.
Red flag, you want me? Red flag, you want.
That's why I don't want to be in this association and this fertility thing.
This is why we have to get.
Easy.
Wait. I mean well for the thing. And if that kind of shopping, me aren't tolerating that, but
hey.
I am more integrity than that.
Come, let me see what we're talking about. You will call him after and leave us out.
What I'm talking about. The document I'm talking about. You know who formulated the document? Mindy gave me a book from UE to see how to pattern that program from UE. And I sit down with Nisha and myself, you and Dominic Sean, all you know that we build the program. We build the program, and I go through that show, all the time.
Yeah, it's
what
true.
You're talking about the truth. If I lie, all you better talk the truth. You and Dominic, all you better talk the truth.
No, he's correct. He's correct because
That's the truth.
Yeah, no, because I would have also shared a module that I too would have developed. Yeah, and we would have partnered and all that kind of thing. So he's correct in that respect.
Why we went in the Hilton, which is the what's the name of the place now?
It's Radisson now.
Radisson,
yes,
Radisson. We meet in Radisson.
Yeah, we
start to build the thing. It has nothing to do with Hassan and their program.
We will have that discussion amongst us as drummers. I don't think the
dancers discussing that like that. That's
Yeah,
all.
let me stay on where we was on, Sean.
Nice. That was very much was Xavier. Xavier laughing now. I don't know whether to stick on Xavier.
Don't go hug and make up, man. Don't kiss and make up with that. Don't worry that. Don't worry that.
No, I have no malice against nobody, bro. I said that kind of. But
Sean, I warned you from the beginning. I tell you from the beginning.
Don't tell me talk the truth.
Baba
Don't tell me
Gwindi,
talk the truth.
if you contact Ajibola Sheena, she will tell you how long I've been trying to get onto her, to get onto you, and I couldn't even get onto her. So I don't want nobody feel I didn't want Tamba because I knew it. No. Soca TV, we here to discuss it, to get it right in the end. Regardless of who go and get mashed, we'll get them a plaster. At the end of the day, everybody have to get it right in the end. Xavier, what are you telling each other? Xavier, we hear you, know.
So she enlightened me about the program that we built.
Yes.
She enlightened me about the program because she was the one who went and typed it out. She was the one who typed it out and make a thick book about it. Thick book.
So good. So now that we started, that we get that out of the way, we could move forward because it's all about moving forward.
Yeah, that done.
And look, Tamba give me the number now. Xavier, take Tamba number there.
What show you can get Tamba number for me?
Tamba is my friend.
All the way at Tamba number.
Yes, Tamba is
I
my friend.
can use Tamba number.
But he can't tell me talking.
Tamba be laughing his skin off way.
Yeah, he just got mixed up with the two program. He thought it was that. But it's not that.
The man say African country is truth as well, you know, Xavier.
Yeah. I know about the truth.
Unfortunately, this is the nature of the drummer. We just sit down like men. We will tell and everybody who knows Xavier, Lord, you can't get away. And we trash we things out, right? I know I want Sheena could show you, Sheena could tell you, Sheena could attest if she's still on the line, how long I've been shying, right? Lucette, she could tell you, right? It's after I get the number from your mother this evening, which it was a bit too late to invite him to the program. But since yesterday I was trying to get it, right? My apologies, honestly, my apologies. But gentlemen, in closing, because we had a close off, right? What is the way forward? So is a meeting. That's it. Everybody agree to that?
I agree with that.
Correct.
A
Correct.
meeting. Who has documentation or listing of the drummers of Trinidad and Tobago? And I hope it's not a document I might have.
Sean, I had one, but with a good bit of names, I gotta look for it for you though. Honestly,
Right.
I don't know where to put my hand on it now, but and if I could just add, when I did that, a lot of drummers said they didn't want no part or wherever it is. But I had names and numbers. I will see if I could put my hand on it for you.
We had to start again. We have a new generation. We have a new generation.
Yeah.
We had to start again because the dancers go on, you know. The dancers go on.
Best Village will give you that, you know.
Huh?
Best Village and Emancipation Support to give you that.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay.
They have a good compilation of them.
Yes, Best Village or Emancipation Support.
So who's calling out the meeting for the national? No, who calling out the meeting said no. Not like National Dance Association of Trinidad and Tobago. Lucette, you're right. And I'm disappointed in the NDA. After all that talk, nothing yet. I could only be Soca TV's moderator to advocate change. Nothing personal. But NDA, all the get all that stuff together. The National Drummers Association, we come in now. But so who calling it? Who cheering it?
Well, Sean, we had to wait until the day. It's gonna be a collective body to chair that, not no one person.
No, that can't happen. A collective
And we
body
have-
can't chair it. That's the problem. A collective body cannot chair a meeting. A collective
No, well, you have a collective body at the head table, and you have somebody who is the spokesman per se. But that crew has to meet before.
We had to make a decision now. I don't care who vex. This time, Sean gonna get I don't care who vex. Because everybody have their opinion, nobody didn't do nothing. We had to do something, and we're gonna do it now. Who vex, who don't want to come on that business? Because we need to get together. I fed up as Dominic say have the hustler mentality. We need to get things in order. So as Lucette said, who calling out the meeting? Well, they want me to call out the meeting?
Yeah, but we gotta wait until they release that we could come out first. The lockdown. Remember that said nobody ain't talking nothing about culture.
How we communicating here?
Well, okay, but how much people you could get on this?
There's Zoom. There's Zoom. We could have a Zoom meeting on Drummers alone.
Well, yeah, cool. All right. Okay.
Simple. Right? So
Sean,
yes, sir.
I hear what you're saying with reference to Vex loss, right?
Yeah.
You can't come and where when they come.
Yeah.
That might be a real good approach. It might be a real good approach. But some of the people who might come, they do a real influence.
So
and they might need to be there. And they might need to be there.
Rasta,
I keep saying we have to put with egos aside. We have to put with differences aside, and we have to come to the better drummers of Trinidad and Tobago. It's not about me, it's not about you or them. It's about all of us. The lifespan for drumming go down just now, and people have to take over. But we don't want them to take over doing the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? So we have to fight for the better cause of the fraternity, and let we put we egos aside, let we put we testosterone aside, we individual selfish thinking aside, and come together and do the thing.
Xavier, I agree with Lucette. What if they never come? What we gonna do? To me, you waiting.
Yeah, I saying,
waiting. You want me to wait too?
No, I'm saying if they never come, okay. But we have to make a clarion call and let them know how important it is for them to come.
I'm not afraid of that. I will call everybody.
If they miss one, they miss two, they miss three, and they see the thing happening, eventually they will come on.
I don't mind.
You know what I'm saying?
Everybody. I would make Mindy call everybody. Thanks, Mindy. Right?
You make Mindy call everybody.
Right?
That's
bring the chat down. Yeah, gentlemen, I think I want to come up on the side where I think we need to get the ball rolling, and eventually, you know, people naturally like to be a part of something good, and once people see something happening good, people will automatically, I believe, would get on board.
Exactly.
Right. So I think we're comfortable. I think we're a little more comfortable to move forward. We had to do this. Right?
Yeah. And time is going, and as Xavier said, you know, we're not getting younger.
Yeah.
And we're not putting things in place for the younger generation the way it ought to be, you know. So we definitely have to get all hands on deck. And once it's for a worthy cause and persons could get past, as I've again said, the egos, I think we should be in a safe place.
So what we have to do now, Sean, I think moving forward is all of us have to take a personal responsibility and call out with friends. Everybody knows somebody. Call out with friends, tell them about it, and everything. Let me set a date here now.
Okay.
This weekend in July. The first Saturday in July.
So that's it.
All right.
I once the world and I day. Once the world end, I am there. Right?
Yeah, no problem.
Miss Jackson,
I say this Sunday because people might be a little busy this Saturday. Some people might have to work or whatever it is.
Okay.
What about this Sunday?
Okay. First Sunday
morning, 11 o'clock, Panberry Panyard.
Can we, upon calling the people, decide whether the Saturday or Sunday is better? Because we can't accommodate everyone with their schedule. You know, it might be difficult, but upon calling people Saturday, Sunday, and then we discuss, okay, Sunday, okay, Saturday. Yeah?
Yeah, no problem.
So we're going with the majority.
Yes.
Yeah.
Majority.
Yeah.
Please.
Right, gentlemen. Just a little to easy tension. Let me take a drink, right? Right. I want to give me 3 drummers. Any generation, anytime that other thing needs mention that really represents Trinidad and Tobago, or is going to, or has already, you know, 3 drummers. Red Man go. Senior TZ Senior. Go ahead.
You want 3 or you want 1?
Three.
for me. Three.
Three.
Andrew Barrow first and foremost. Master.
Because the dancers have to do 6, you have to give me 3 of your best dancers you ever play for. So 3 drummers and 3 of your best dancers you ever play for. Go ahead.
All right. Andrew Barrow. Master of masters. Donald Jr. Noel. May he rest in peace. And there was a guy from Cocorite called Carlton Francis. Not Carlton Francis, the dance man.
Okay.
Drummer Carlton Francis from Cocorite. That's the first man I ever see sit down and play 5 drums together one time. I must have been about 7 or 8 years and I was blown away at the time. So Andrew Barrow, Donald Jr. Noel, Carlton Francis. You're looking at dancers. Hi. You're sending me back in time, here, boy.
Larry V. Go ahead.
All right. Okay. I call her Natalie Joseph Settle.
Nice. Yes.
Natalie. Colin. There was a guy called Michael used to dance years ago. I can't remember Michael's last name.
Lucien?
He used to dance with Carlton, A.T. and all these people. We did some shows at Hilton. He was a part of it. I'm forgetting Michael's last name. Michael, that man could have danced well. That man could have danced. And I would also give you, I'm going into ballet here, I would give you Imelda. Ballet style, ballet movement. That's my 3 dancers.
Full school. Thank you, Redman. Thank you. Rasta, Xavier. Anisha like next player, so no way you say.
I give I will get Rollo Foster play.
Right.
This is Rollo Foster. I will give a guy by the name of Dennis Riley, better known as Buffy.
Yeah, man.
He'll get a play.
Yeah, man.
And him is real inspiration to me. And my uncle Wayne Guerra.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, man.
I'm a boy. The dancing is concerned. Are people like there are plenty here who really
attack you on the live, eh? Go ahead.
Good to me. Night, Lisa. They have people like Michael Lucian was good in my times.
Right.
Alison Roberts. She used to dance with repertory. And the
Okay.
great Oscar Johnson.
True.
Awesome.
I miss people who I work with.
Thank you, Mr. Phillips. Mr. Williams. I know you've been around as well.
Wayne Guerra, drummer.
Wayne again, yes.
Yes. And Slim Williams, better known as Slim.
Yeah, man.
Lion. And Lion.
Yes.
Dancers.
Culture shop.
Yeah, Lion, yeah. Then we have dancers. Miriam Scott, Karen Berkeley, Terry David.
Yeah, man.
Oh, you run that off the easy, boy.
When he was last, he had time to prepare.
Well, I gave my dancers already, so I guess I just have to give my drummers. And I can't call the name some of them fellas call. I can only call who really would have given
Inspired.
me. Yeah. I have to say, for me, my brother was a very, very solid drummer. Always in the background, but he's very, very consistent. Stephen Singh. Even if you call him out now, he's so meticulous. Anyway, of course, Xavier Phillips. And this one is a real hard one. But I have to say, I don't know why I really like Kempes. You see Kempes, boy?
Yeah, man.
Kempes, man.
It's not matter what you know.
Nice energy.
You see when he know what he know, and he give you, and he's a new drummer, quote unquote, but the man real old school boy. He know where he come from.
You learn well. You learn well.
Come from a good school. Well, yet, gentlemen don't come. Well, Mr. Watson, Mr. Phillips, and Mr. Williams. I have to thank Javin as well, Mr. Neptune, the representative of the Neptune School of Dance. I know your internet had a bit of issue, and all the viewers. Remember to share the page, like and share and follow. Encourage other people. This is the place where we can have all the discussions of culture moving forward. I thank you all for being here. I thank you all for sharing your time and your energy. And I really pray that we find a solution moving forward. Yes? So, everybody, good night. Have a good time and be safe in the COVID. Peace.
Bless it.
Yeah, man, bless.
Are you ready?